Hello and welcome to another quick now showing where I look at films that are in theaters or will soon be in theaters. And that's the case with my film I'm looking at today. It hasn't been a great few years for America. The division in the nation has been palpable at times, and yet we've managed to stay these United States. But what if we weren't? As we head into a contentious election year, that is the question posed by Alex Garland's new film, Civil War, which posits a world or a United States that is fractured. In it, we're thrust headlong into a nation torn apart by war. The Western forces are closing in on Washington, D.C. The Florida faction is on the move, and the President of the United States, played by Nick Offerman, is making grandiose speeches about how close the country is to being reunited. Veteran journalist Joel, played by Wagner Moura, and Lee Kirsten Dunst are there to cover it as we begin in New York City. Joel is an action junkie, while Lee is a decorated and famous war photographer. She's more than a little shaken about the war coming home. Soon they're in the midst of a rally that turns violent and then deadly. A young photographer named Jesse, played by Kelly Spaney, is caught in the middle of it. Lee pulls her out, shields her, then goes back into the fray. Jesse is left in awe to follow the action. Soon, Joel and Lee are at their hotel with rumors that the Western forces are preparing an invasion. They plan to head to Washington, D.C. They hope to get the president to go on record if they aren't killed first. A veteran reporter, Sammy, played by Stephen McKinley Henderson, catches a ride to the front in Charlottesville. So too does Jesse, despite the protests from Lee. So the four gathered together make the dangerous trek toward the front lines and the nation's capital. Along the way, they see a country torn apart by war and division. This is a very powerful idea, and it makes for a powerful film. Garland is an exceptional technical filmmaker, and the craft here really adds to the tension, the drama, and the raw emotion. The use of shots, color, sound, and music all adds to the aesthetic from the jump. This film is apolitical by choice. We don't explore the issues that separate these sides, and we don't even know what major issues caused the rift, but it isn't about that. It's about a nation whose divisions allowed it to descend into mass violence and chaos, and the role of an impartial media to document those issues and bring them to life. That may rub some the wrong way, but I was really pulled in and hooked by this exploration. As Lee says at one point, her job isn't to ask the deeper questions about the horrific things she sees. Her job is to get the picture, get it out there, and hope that those who see it will ask those tough questions, something that she had done abroad and now sadly has to come do at home. That sometimes is the role of a journalist, and I've long enjoyed films that explore journalism. This really resonated to me. So too did the performances. Henderson, Moura, and the rest of the supporting cast are very strong, but I was really taken with Dunst and Spaney. They are kind of the focus of much of this film. Both give great performances and really draw you into their characters. I was deeply engaged and moved. Both of them convey a great deal through their facial expressions, the actions in the film. There were moments of perfection here, but it doesn't always remain consistent. I was more than a little underwhelmed by the final 20 minutes, including the concluding sequence. It made sense, but I didn't love it. Still, I love this ride for the most part, and I really loved what Alex Garland did here. Um, this is a very powerful film. It is now playing nationwide. I gave it 4 stars out of 5. You can check that out as it opens in theaters on Friday. That's my take on Civil War. If you want to hear more about Civil War, Eric and I will be discussing it on Sunday night on This Week at the Movies. Hope to see you there.